As a CEO or business leader in the 21st century, it is incredibly important to have a strong and healthy bench. So what is your bench? Your bench are those employees that are readily available to solve a particular problem or complete a particular task. They aren't necessarily in leadership today, but it's those individuals within your business that have the potential to be your leaders of tomorrow. The most successful business leaders have developed a handful of skills and passed those on to either their current leaders or their bench. We'll prioritize the following three. The first is adaptability. The second is delegation. And finally, communication. So when you're thinking about building that bench and recruiting those individuals that are going to be best for your company, adaptability is essentially going to be the level of grit that that individual is able to instill within themselves when things in the business don't necessarily go according to plan. How are they able to pivot and adapt to those changes and challenges within the business? That's incredibly important to assess when you're hiring a new individual for your company. Grit and adaptability are incredibly important to keep up with the evolution of business day to day, particularly in the 21st century. You can help your bench to develop that level of grit or adaptability by celebrating not only innovation, but also failures. You often learn more from your failures than you do from your successes. Next, we'll talk about delegation. Delegation is often misunderstood as assigning busy work to junior staffers. Successful CEOs and business leaders can do better by modeling what appropriate delegation and proper delegation looks like in the business field. What that means is you're delegating tasks in order to not only become more efficient in your own active role within the company, but you're also investing in those folks that you are delegating to help them grow within their own skills and grow within the company and take a larger role and larger ownership within the tasks that you're completing day to day. And finally, communication. Delegation often requires positive, constant, and effective communication in order to truly work within a business. So what does that truly look like, or how can you put this into play or implement this within your own business? What we often recommend when you're taking on a larger task or a larger project or goal is to have one singular source of truth as the sole responsible party for extending or disseminating out that communication within your team. Having that one singular source of truth ensures that everyone within the business is on the same page, rowing in the same direction towards the same goal or same destination. So what are your options when you have gaps or deficiencies within your bench today, but you have a large target or goal in mind? Outsourcing is often a really great idea. So how do you find the right partner or the right person to outsource that particular project or assignment to? It's very important to start with thinking about how immediate that need is. So is there somebody within your team that you could potentially train up or prepare for that role in time to meet that particular target date? If not, it's time to consider outsourcing. The second thing to consider is how long-term is the need? Is this something that you should actually hire an expert for long-term because it's a long-term need within the business? Or is this something that really only needs to be done one time? It's maybe a 3-month turnaround. If it's that shorter term goal that you're looking for, again, we definitely advise looking towards that outsourcing option. And finally, but potentially most important, is making sure that that outsourced partner or that partnership that you're creating truly fits in with the company's culture.